Aston Villa 1, Manchester United 2. Oh, so frustrated, like drained of energy walking out of there. I've got to say, we were brilliant, you know. We were fantastic. That was the Villa that we know. That was the Villa that we've seen for so much this season. We were, you know, attacking. We were dynamic. We were so good. So many aspects, you know. We defended well most of the game. We pressed really well. There was individual performances that were, you know, outstanding. Like Matty Cash's positioning was brilliant. He was, you know, he's had so much criticism. I've tried to give him constructive criticism on his positioning. He was outstanding. Kamara was brilliant. Louise McGinn was brilliant. You know, so many of them today was so good. And the biggest thing to take away from this is, if you don't take your chances, you can't score and you won't win. And that's the fundamental thing today. We absolutely battered them. Luis had so many chances. Watkins had so many chances. And this is what Manchester United do. They play shit and win. Every single week, they play like this and win. They got battered against West Ham and won 3-0. They've been absolutely battered in here today and won 2-1. And, you know, there's positives to take. There's loads of positives. The performance is what we've seen at Villa Park. But the fundamental thing from this is, it's a big blow. You know, it's a big blow that now Manchester United are 5 points behind Aston Villa with 14 games to go. You know, this is going to be an absolute dogfight now. An absolute dogfight. And we've got to make sure that we bring the same level as what we've brought today for the next 14 games. If we play like that for the next 14 games, then we've more than a chance of getting top four. And we just can't allow our standards to drop. You know, I've been critical, especially on fan cams in the last 2 games, because the performances haven't been great. They've been, you know, miles apart from what we've seen at home so far this season. But that was good today. That was really good. The disappointing aspects obviously were the goal that we conceded first. We were second to react from the header, and then, you know, going into their goal, you know, we were slow to press on the ball. We allowed them to get that ball out wide, and you give any player, you know, a chance to put a good ball in the box, unmarked, unpressured, you know, they'll put one in there, and, you know, it's a bitter blow at the end of the game. But I think we've just got to remain positive and try and see the positives from that performance, because it was loads better than what we've been playing. I think we were very unlucky to lose the game. On another day, we win this game 4 or 5. You know, that's not being dramatic. 4 or 5, we win this game. Watkins, so many chances. Louise, Diaby getting in good areas. Ramsey. You know, we've created so many chances, and I just can't be disappointed. Like, you can be disappointed that we've dropped points to Man United, but based on that performance, you know, and on fan cams, we react to what we see, and that performance was good today. So we've got to make sure we keep these levels exactly the same, and we'll end the season well. Justin, I can't believe we've not won. You know, we've been critical recently because performances haven't been great. But that today, you know, how have we lost that?
It's a tough one to take, isn't it? You know, we've absolutely battered them. When they scored first, I did worry. I thought, right, okay, we need a reaction now. And that reaction was 10 times, 100 times better than the reaction we saw against Newcastle and against Chelsea. And if anything, it sparked us into life, didn't it? And I thought we were excellent after that. There was only one team going to score next. We should have got level, at least level by half time. But like you say, the performance level tonight was a 7 or an 8 out of 10, which is where it needs to be to compete in this league. But it's bitterly disappointing to create, 23 chances. We've put 10 on target, and we've scored 1 goal. It's a tale as old as time. You don't score your chances, you don't win games. And they've just sucker punched us in the last couple of minutes with what is a great ball in and a really good header at the back stick. And it's bitterly disappointing. It's really hard to take because, like, you know, the performance levels were so much better than we've seen over the last 2 home games. And I really felt when we got the equaliser, there was only one team going to go on and win it. We were dominating them. The midfield was dominating. It was great to see Ramsey back. dare I say, almost back to his best.
Honestly,
He was excellent.
Ramsey, outstanding.
He made the difference.
You know, when he was just getting that ball in that pocket, turning, driving. I honestly, I cannot fault the way we've played.
Yeah. And that's what we've got to take out of that game, ultimately, is the performance. I know the result is bitterly disappointing. You know, we could have been 11 points clear of 6th tonight, but we're still 5 points clear of 6th place. There's 14 games left. We're in a huge fight now for the top 4, and if that's a level now of performance that we're getting back to, then I'm far more confident of the running than I was last week against Chelsea and the week before that against Newcastle. And that's what we have to take from it. You know, like I say, Ramsey coming back into form, Diaby coming back off the bench looking a threat, McGinn playing really well, the 2-6s playing really well. We defended really well. Matty Cash, as you say, is coming for a lot of stick recently, and it was surprising not to see Power in the team. I expected to see him in the side. So it was up to Matty Cash now tonight to really make his that side his own, and he did really, really well. He was great going forward. He didn't cut back like he has done a lot of the time. His use of the ball was much better. He was solid in the tackle. So overall, it's very hard to be annoyed with him, because I've come out not as annoyed as I was the last 2 weeks. I'm pissed off we haven't won the game, and I was praying we could have got a draw, because that would have been huge, getting that last minute equaliser. But we live to fight another day. We are 5 points clear of 6th position, and we've got 14 games left. We've got 3 games coming up now: Fulham, Luton, and Forest. You know, a big reaction in them 3 games now will put us in a fantastic position. But overall, performance level's very good. But you cannot have 23 chances and 10 on target and not put more than 1 away, because that can happen, and that's what's happened to us, and it's bitterly disappointing, but we move on.
Yes, up the Villa.
Up the Villa.
Talk to me. Summarise.
I said last time we need a reaction, and went and lost again, so it's not, you know, it is concerning, isn't it? I mean, the performance was okay. I mean, that's something to take, but we're just not finishing like we used to finish, and you know, we're wasting our chances, and you know, the referee he didn't help us all game. I think that's probably the worst referee I've seen at Villa.
No, I would say he's the worst ref in the league. Rob Jones is by far the worst ref.
Listen, I ain't gonna go and blame the referee for this game, but he did play a part in it, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, that Cash tackle, for example, that's for Cash's first tackle, and he got a yellow card. I mean, let the game run as a referee. You want to see tackles go, okay, if it's a rough tackle, you give a yellow card, but it wasn't a rough tackle, Cash's tackle, and you know, there's several things in that game which he could have done better, and he could have let the game run. It's a feisty game at the end of the day, and if the referee let it run, you know, maybe Villa would have got a chance and we would have drawn this game.
Yeah. It's frustrating, but we've got to take positive. We're in a position now where we can't dwell on this. You know, the squad can't allow this defeat to be a big negative. I think they've got to turn it into a positive, and how many chances did we have today? You know, how many? We had like over 20 odd. Like,
listen, I saw on social media that Unai had to analyse the last game. I think this game, you'll look at it and see a lot of positives and a reaction, but you know, up front, Watkins didn't look himself. You know, he got his 50 goal award today, but he just didn't look like himself today, and I just don't know what's going on behind the scenes. You know, this run, they just need to come off it and need to get a big win and just get back into form, because you know, 5th spot now. You know, you've got Spurs that are above us right now, obviously goal difference, and then you got United obviously breathing down our neck. So it's going to be a tight end to the season, and United are playing well at the moment. So credit to them, they did play well, but we were wasteful, and you know, we were the better team. Yeah,
we were by far the better team, and we just need to get back on track. And we need a result at home. You know, I think we got Fulham next, Forest at home. That Forest has got to be a win at home.
Yeah,
I mean, it's,
you know, look, our home form has been good this season, but you know, I was on a podcast couple last week actually, and they were talking about Villa falling off, and I don't see us falling off massively, but with Spurs and United breathing down our necks, it's going to put a lot of pressure on us, and you know, minimum we've got to expect this season is top 4, and at the end of the day, we've got enough quality there to get that position. But if you play like that, you know, 9 times out of 10 you'll win games, but you need to be clinical, and United are playing well at the moment, and they're going to punish you, and that McTominay header did punish us.
I think the biggest thing you need now is momentum.
Yeah.
You need momentum going into the end of the season, and we need to find it fast, because you look at this result now for United, you look at Spurs, they're getting momentum, and we don't have it, And if we don't have it, we need the momentum to keep it going, to keep snowballing game on game on game, and we've just got to find it fast. And we need a reaction today. Kind of got it, but lost. We need to beat Fulham.
What we need is the big players to step up. Louises, Kamaras, Watkins. They need to step up, and even in training, they need to step up and find the feet. Because today they played well, but like I said, you don't have the end product, you can get punished. And United are on a team of mockery at the moment. They're doing pretty well. A couple of months ago, I would have said, United are, they're not even a team. But right now, they're building a team, and you can see that on the pitch. They've got that connection and gel. But today, we just look like individuals. We didn't look like a team. Thank you.
See you next time. How you feeling after that, Luke?
Bit gutted, really. We played quite well.
Yeah.
We just didn't keep it together in the end, really. So, bit of a shame.
I mean, it's frustrating because I've said to every person that's been on, we played well.
Yeah.
And that's the Villa that we've seen so far this season. And what went wrong then?
I think after the goal, we tried again, good 10 minutes, and then we slowed down completely, gave them the ball, didn't chase anything, and we subbed off Bailey, which I didn't agree with. But yeah, it's a shame really, because we did play really well.
Yeah, Bailey and Diaby had a good link up, didn't they? When Diaby first came on, I was like, God, these two look electric here now.
They were really fast together.
But yeah, it was just not clinical enough and didn't take our chances. But overall, I thought we played well.
We can take positives away from the game, and hopefully next time we can go again.
That's what I mean. Like, even though we've lost, it's bitterly frustrating and it's a blow to the top 4, top 5 hopes. But you play like that for the next 14 games.
Exactly. Yeah,
you're going to get more wins than losses.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy. I think we can take a good thing away from it.
Yeah.
Let's go again next
Definitely.
week.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you, mate.
Thank you. Oh, Julie. We played well. At lost.
We did. At least we've seen a decent game, a decent performance from us. Obviously not the result that we wanted, but I just think it was so much better.
Yeah, the whole thing was good, wasn't it?
Better, yeah. Just obviously really disappointed with the result, but less disappointed with the performance. So I'm much more hopeful now moving forward after seeing that than what I have been for the last couple of weeks.
Performance is what we know is there.
Yes.
We've seen that so many times, and we've won and we've battered teams, and with better finishing, we win that game comfortably. How many chances did we create?
We're not, in front of goal, it's all a bit soft, isn't it? We don't ever take the net out, do we? I want to see somebody come and put their foot through the ball and take it out, but everything's a bit just
needs that ruthless killer in there at times.
Somebody I feel like John McGinn is that person to do that, but I want it to be Ollie Watkins that comes and he's really aggressive and so the defenders really know that they've had a tough game instead of we've just got to knock the ball away from him. And everybody just wanted that one little touch to try and get a shot off. By the time you've took that little touch, the opportunity's gone.
Couple of Ramses, he was in there and it was like, hit it! Louise, on the edge of the box, just hit it!
And then, it's gone.
Yeah. And I think that was I think in the whole 10 to that was my reaction. I was just like, like this all game. I was just like, what are we? Like, that's what I was doing for the 90 minutes.
I think if we'd have scored 4 or 5, I don't think that would have been. It wouldn't have not shown what the game was overall.
If the game was 1-1 today and we did it, I'd be saying exactly the same thing as what I've said on this whole episode, that we were absolutely brilliant. Yeah. We've lost and we're absolutely brilliant, but we just need to take our chances. Yeah. But now we've shown that that's the level that we've got, and we need to keep it now. 14 games to go.
I'll be glad when Pau Torres is back. I'm not going to lie. I pray that he's back the next game.
Yeah, he needs to come back.
These corners, oh my God. As soon as how many corners did they have? We've had 10 minutes, it was just corner after corner, and I was like, I'm just going to hide down here because we just look really vulnerable at the minute, especially off the corners.
We just need the right players back and defensively will look better.
And to be a bit more strong, a bit more stable. Because, when we've had contact, I've never sort of thought all season, oh God, they've got a corner. You just knew we were going to defend it well and probably we were going to bring the ball out and make something from it. But now it's, please don't let them score off this corner.
Like when that ball went out wide for their goal at the end, it's like, it's just too easy. It's too easy for the ball to get there. It's too easy for him to deliver it, and really frustrating. So thank you, Julie.
Nice to see you.
See you soon.
Up the Villa.
How are you feeling after that?
Bit frustrated, to be honest. I think that's a general feeling amongst the whole end today. Creating some chances. I think arguably we played better football at times.
Definitely, yeah.
What I think we have to accept that we've come to not be frustrated by recycling the ball, moving it back round, but sometimes just that final third, we just take our foot off the gas a little bit, and you don't want to criticise because we've come so far. Yeah. But it's just frustrating.
Yeah,
isn't it?
it is really. You know, I've done an impression of how frustrated I was already, but you know, it's like we get in the box and shoot, but there's an extra little touch, and it was happening quite a lot, and I do find it very difficult to criticise today. Like, you know, I feel like I was being really harsh if I was to do that, because we created that many chances today to win.
And we're playing good football.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, we don't become like a spoiled fan base going, because we've come a long way.
Yeah.
We're at the business end of the league. We're actually playing for something, but it's frustrating now that we seem to have lost that little bit of something.
I think the biggest frustration probably for a lot of fans is that as we get into this sort of like business end of the season, where this is where you make your season. You know, you can have done well for 3/4 of it, but you've got to finish it off, and I look at like United now, 5 points behind Villa, full of momentum. Spurs, full of momentum.
We're starting to lose that cushion.
So our momentum's a bit like we're trying to find it still, and there's still time for us to do it, but we've got to find it fast. Otherwise, we are probably going to finish like in 6th place, which, you know, I predict us to finish 6th this season. So
last season.
it's not a bad when you look at the whole. But I think right now we've got a big opportunity. Who was your man of the match today?
Well, to be fair, I don't want to say a Man U player because Man U, but Douglas Luiz, because he played well. He got a goal for us. He made some good passes. Just like,
Yeah, I'd say Luis was good. I thought Ramsey was really good.
I thought when Diaby came, and Diaby was saying Diaby and Bailey, their link-up play down that right was wonderful to see. And then obviously we switched it up. And Alex was saying, I can't believe he swapped Rashford for McTominay, and then he pops up and scores the winner, doesn't he? But
this is what Man United do, though, isn't it?
They do. They find a way. But it's like I'm not being a sore loser, but I just don't think we deserve to lose that game.
No, we didn't.
We didn't sort the chances we had.
That's what I mean. Like that would have been a great game for a neutral. The chances that Villa had, they'd have been like, Villa were like creating loads. They've played really well, but you know, we've lost and we've got to regroup. And I just hope now that Emery and the players take big positives from it and not see it as like it's all over.
It's nowhere near over.
Yeah.
We've got plenty to play for.
Yeah.
We've still, I think it's a 5-6 point cushion on Man U. 5-6 points. So we just need to. That can be our dip now in the season. We need to now. We had it last season, a bit of a dip, and then we picked up and got a ring of results, and we ended up doing really well. So up the Villa.
Yeah, up the Villa. Thank you, mate. Thank you.